everybody. It's 3 p.m. and it's time for dinner with Nanny Bubby. So happy to have all of you here. There's Biggie in the background. It's as though he knows it's 3 p.m. He always starts to bark. Not a word out of him all day long. And then all of a sudden, Biggie is welcoming you to 3 p.m. It's time for dinner with Nanny Bubby. So we'll just take a few minutes to let all of you show up. Oh, my mom is here. Happy to see you, Mom. Thanks for being there. Oh, thank you, Russell. He just decided to start barking at everybody and saying hello. Do you want to show him to everybody? We'll show Biggie and we'll show Russell. Say hi. That's my handsome, beautiful son. And this is my handsome, beautiful pup, Biggie, who barks all the time. Do you want to say hello?
Hello.
He's a man of few words, but he's got an amazing intelligence. So there you go. So happy birthday to my mom. Yes, or not yesterday. Tomorrow is actually her 88th birthday. Hello there, Ellen Setliff. So nice to see you. Gosh, I have in a bad contact and I can't see. It kind of got blurry on me. I apologize. I'm going to probably, and Ann Spindell is here. Ann, I haven't seen you in so long. I hope you and your family are doing well. So happy to see you. So happy that you're all joining me here. So I was just mentioning that it is my mother's 88th birthday tomorrow. And we have a tradition in the family. Sometimes we do it, sometimes we don't. But we played bingo in honor of my grandmother on everybody's birthday because that's what we used to do for my grandmother. And so I jumped in my car and went running to the casino where I was meeting my sister and my nephew and my sister's boyfriend and my mom so we could all play bingo. And I called a couple of girls, one in Houston and one in New Jersey. And I said, listen, I've only got a minute, but I need to tell you this. I'm on my way to the casino. I have to play bingo with my mom for her birthday. And they both started laughing hysterically and said, this is like nothing we would ever think to say we're doing is, hold on, I'm on my way to the casino, so I only have 30 seconds to talk. And they said, you've got to tell that story today when you hit the air. So I don't know. Maybe you think it's funny. If you're from Las Vegas, you don't think it's funny at all. So there's that. So for the last week, for the last 3 days, Monday and Tuesday, and now again today, we have been making recipes that I have been inspired by Yotam Ottolenghi, who is a wonderful Israeli Middle Eastern chef. He was raised in Jerusalem. He opened up several restaurants 25 years ago when he moved to England. He is well known for his Middle Eastern spices. He's well known for his Middle Eastern cooking. And I found myself taking his master class and not being able to sleep at night because I had to make his recipes. And I exhausted myself so making his recipes that when I left for vacation, I said, thank God I'm on vacation. I'm not going to make another one of those recipes. And then when I got back home, the only thing I could do is think to share those recipes with all of you. So we have been taking a journey through Yotam Ottolenghi's condiments, and now we're going to pull it all together. So as we begin, I want to welcome Sue Rainish. So happy to have you, Sue. So happy to have everybody finding us again on Facebook since I was gone for an entire week. And I just want to tell all of you, Friday is always Cocktail Friday, and every Friday we make a fabulous cocktail. Hey, Lisa, glad to have you here. So this Friday, however, I would like to make a cocktail with one of you and your favorite cocktail recipe. And so you can be the winner if you would like. All you have to do right now is share this Facebook Live on your own page and then type in the chat here right now, shared, because I trust you. And then on Thursday, tomorrow, I will pick one of the names of everyone who typed shared, and I will see who won. If you shared and typed shared on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, that will give you 4 chances to win because your name will be entered 4 times. And it will be so fun to see what kind of cocktail you'd like. You'll join me live here on Facebook via Zoom, and we'll have a great time. Also, tomorrow on Thursday, I am interviewing the founder of Columbia Skincare, and I can tell you that my skin at my age has never felt or looked better than it does now. It has changed my game. It is game changing for me. And I can't wait to interview him and talk to him so that all of you can jump on this amazing bandwagon and get your skin looking like it did when you were in your 20s and Thursdays and Fridays and 20s and 30s. How's that? So that's what's coming up. And let's get started right now. We are going to make Greek salad, which I love doing. So my family, my husband, son, and I have been fasting since Saturday. And I wouldn't say fast, it's a juice cleanse. So when we, and you know that I believe there's a time to feast and there is a time to fast. And when you go on vacation, I don't care where you go, even when we just go, across the border into Laguna, we spend a lot of time drinking great bottles of wine, making great cocktails, eating food that on a normal basis we don't eat. And at the end of that vacation, we just feel horrible. And so we always come back home and we have just these fabulous juicing cleanse cleanup days where we get our energy back, our stomachs get flat, and we just get our energy back and feel so good. And so we're just finishing today. So I wanted to actually last night, but we're going to eat our first big meal tonight for dinner. So I'm making salmon, but I'm also going to make a Greek salad, and that Greek salad is going to be made with feta cheese. And this is the smoked feta, that marinated feta that we made on Monday. And absolutely look how gorgeous this is. It is beyond. Now I keep it in the refrigerator, but I had to take it out of the refrigerator to come to room temperature because in the refrigerator, the oil solidifies. And so you need to bring it out and let it get to room temperature. And because the cheese is always absorbs the oil, so then the oil gets a little bit lower than the cheese. Then I just turn it upside down when I start working with it for a few minutes and turning it back. And now I'm going to show you how delicious it is. I wish you were here with me. Oh my gosh, I'm going to eat this. You can see on here is all of the flavorings, the smoked chipotle chilies that we toasted in the pan that I had to cough because chilies are not toasted until they make you cough. And the minute they make you cough, then you know they are done. I love that hint and tip. The lemon that's in there, the lemon skin, the oils from the lemon, the olive oil. It is so fantastic. So, yes, Sue, thank you so much for asking that question. That was supposed to be one of the very first things that I said, but I got carried away with all these other things. So I was going to be making cabbage rolls today with Arlene Blue. Unfortunately, when I announced live on the air yesterday that I was going to make these cabbage rolls and that I was going to have Arlene join me, oh, there you go. Arlene, here she is right now. Arlene had a previous engagement. She was a speaker at her book club. And so it really made it a little bit tough because Arlene and I actually need to have a couple of conversations, which we're going to do over the weekend. And this recipe is something that I've never cooked before. And so when I looked at it with her yesterday and talked about it, I realized it's a little more complicated even than me, and I need to find my way through it. So Arlene and I have scheduled this, and when we break into the new week, Arlene and I together on Zoom are going to be making the cabbage rolls. So Arlene is here now, and thank you, Sue, for asking. I was waiting for her to jump on before I brought it up, but she's here now, and I'm so glad. So tune in Monday for the cabbage rolls, okay? So let's start right now. We also have these sumac onions that we marinated on Monday as well. We used them yesterday for the, good, Arlene. We used them yesterday for the cucumber salad, which was so delicious. It was amazing. But I'm going to use these onions rather than raw onions in the Greek salad. So, okay, here we go. Now, you know that I always use food grade hydrogen peroxide to clean all the vegetables, unless they're vegetables that I pick from my own garden. So I'm going to show you how to do that today, and we'll talk about food grade hydrogen peroxide if you ask questions and if you haven't heard me say it before. So if you do, let me know. Hi there, Arlene Weiner. Good to see you. I always have my compost bucket right here so that I take all of my waste and just throw it in there. And I'm going to take this salad spinner. Now, I always find that it is easier to clean a head of romaine or iceberg or whatever else it is that you are working with if you chop it first. So that's what I'm going to do. I've already taken the core out. There's a little rusty piece of salad here. I'm going to throw that in the compost bucket. And I just cut this into little bite-sized wedges. Here we go. And that's the last chop right there. And I'm just going to take this right now and put it right here. Let me move this so that you can see it. Right here into this salad spinner. Then I'm going to layer this. So here is my food grade hydrogen peroxide. It's in my Chapman bottle because this is my TV sponsor when I do Channel 8 every other week. In fact, I have them on my compost bucket too because these stickers don't come off and I have to put them on there. So I give him good sponsorship rights. So it's on there whether I'm on TV or not. And it's also on my oven, funny enough. Because I put them on one day and didn't realize I wouldn't be able to get them off. So we've got the Chapman oven even when it's not TV day. That's so cute. Okay, so now I have put the food grade hydrogen peroxide on here, and we're just going to let it sit for just a couple of moments while it sort of seeps into the lettuce. Now, I just want to tell you a couple things about that. Number one, when I spray on certain things, just like when you put hydrogen peroxide on a wound, it bubbles up and it turns kind of white and foamy. When there is bacteria on any of the vegetables or fruit that you are making, you will see a foaming up. And then you know that you're literally cleaning it, which is great. And that is really typical when you do the skin of a cucumber, which I always do for the English cucumbers, is I always put food grade hydrogen peroxide on those and regular cucumbers, even if I am peeling them, which is great. Hey, Heather, good to have you here. But I also do them on the bell peppers. So I have already sprayed these down. Now, these are organic. And because peppers are peppers and they're wonderful and they're from the earth, I do not spray the inside. I may give them a rinse, just get the seeds off, but what is inside has not been touched by anything but nature. So here's the way that we peel these peppers, which everybody loves. So I'm going to do it again. You're going to go vein to vein, and you're going to go 1, 2, 3, and right through the vein, and 4, the core, right into the compost bucket. There you go. These are beautiful, no seeds, no need to rinse. This is a 3-legged pepper, which I think that means that it's a male pepper, and the 4 is female. So these are 3 males. I think maybe it's the opposite. I don't know. They say that the males are sweeter than the females. I can't imagine that that would be true. Anyway, so there we go. Vein to vein, slice it right down. Here's a little one I missed. Into the compost bucket and done. And one more time, vein to vein. This is the yellow, so we did orange, yellow, and red, which is going to look beautiful into our salad. There we go. Don't you love, I love how easy it is to cut a pepper, which I am wearing right here. And there we go. How do you like that? So now we're just going to cut these in really nice wedges and rough. We want this to be a rustic salad, lots of vegetables, but it just doesn't need to look like it came out of a factory. Just sometimes on an angle, sometimes just all different size, because this is done in your home. It's done with love. Nothing is perfect when it is homemade, and that's what's just so great about the difference of driving into a drive-through and then actually making something at home. And I may or may not use all of these peppers in the salad. What I love is sometimes I like less lettuce and more vegetables. Um, so I may use all three of these peppers, which will make it a very, very sweet. These organic peppers are very sweet. Now there's too much vein that was left in this little wedge, so I'm just going to simply cut right down it. There we go. Got rid of the vein. And now I'm just going to slice that. There we go. So if you haven't already known, we are picking a winner tomorrow to make cocktails with Nanny Bubby on Friday, because Friday is always Cocktail Friday. And you can enter to win by just sharing I always want to say podcast. It's not a podcast, it's a Facebook Live. Just share it right now on your page, and then just write shared into the chat so I know who is shared. And then that enters you to win. If you did it on Monday and Tuesday and today, that gives you 3 opportunities. You'll be entered 3 times and again tomorrow. And it'll be so fun to see whose name we pull and to get everybody to drink our Friday cocktails together. I love that. It's been so fun. We've had so much fun on Fridays. So what I'm going to do before I get to the orange is I want to just take a look at this lettuce. It's sitting here just sort of seeping in the food grade hydrogen peroxide. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fill this up with water and just let it soak in the water while I finish the orange pepper, and then I'll show you how I spin it. I've also already sprayed these tomatoes, which is great. And they have had a chance to get all the water off of them. So let's just turn this camera really quickly towards the water, and let's fill it up with the filtered water for now, since it's going to sit in the water for just a couple of minutes while we finish up. And then I'll show you how easy it is just to spin this out. Whoa, right in my eye. There we go. Right in my eye. So Laura Grau shared with 2 friends. Thank you. I am going to interview you twice, Laura, today. You will get twice, and I know you shared on Monday and Tuesday too. So that's just so great. I really love you all so much for joining me. It inspires me and it keeps me going. I really did miss all of you during the few days that I was gone, the 10 days that I was gone. Okay, we'll let that sit just for a minute. Then we'll rinse it out and spin it, and we will continue on. Okay, so rough chopping this. Here we go. That's got a big vein in it, so off and away it goes. So, and I have some toasted sesame seeds that are left over from yesterday when making the cucumber and pickled onion sumac pickled onions. Oh my gosh, I bought more sumac today, and I'm actually going to put sumac on my salmon. So I'm very excited about trying that taste, because the acid of the onions actually took away, I think, from my ability to actually taste the sumac. So I want to put it on my salmon today with a little bit of the leftover parsley dressing that we made to go over the cucumbers, and I think that's just going to make a delicious salmon dish. Just being creative. That may or may not actually work. I'll let you know tomorrow. And now let's wash and drain this this salad. There we go. Where do you find the sumac? Oh, sumac onions. Well, we made them. We made the sumac onions, Lisa, on Monday. I don't know if you were here on Monday. I can't remember. I know you were here yesterday. But on Monday, we made the sumac pickled onions, which is very easy. We just slice an onion, a red onion. You put about 2.5 tablespoons of the sumac in. You mix it with your fingers and really cover it, which turns that onion very, very pink. The inner meat becomes the same color as the outer meat, which is just so cool to see. And then you add lemon juice and salt. That's it. You put it in a jar, let it marinate, and put it in your refrigerator, and that's it. You find the sumac at Whole Foods, And I just want to show you what it looks like because it's the only place that I have been able to find sumac. So can you see that I'm rinsing this, just, turning it on, flipping the lettuce around just to get it nice and clean, get all the food grade hydrogen peroxide off, and along with it, all the bacteria from whoever picked it, whoever put their fingers on it when it was on the shelf at the grocery store. I tend to grab for the back, but I'm sure everybody has touched it. So this is what the sumac looks like. It's in these containers, if you can see that. And what's great about that is this is made by Spicely. It's organic, and the only place I've been able to find sumac, which is a Middle Eastern herb, is actually at Whole Foods. So if you go looking, and it's usually alphabetized, and so this is what it looks like. Usually I have the camera turned in reverse so it reads correctly, but I must have missed making that step today. Okay, so let's spin this salad. Here we go. Spin it out. I'm going to stop it, take it out, and I'm going to dump. Look at this. Look at how much water comes pouring out. And I like to take the water out because sometimes it gets so filled with water, you can't really get it dry. There we go. There we go. Okay. And that is truly, still a lot of water accumulated, but this looks so nice and dry. And so I'll just let it stay out in the air for just a few minutes while we continue making the salad. And okay, so yesterday, thanks to all of you, upside down. Yeah. Oh, is that what it was? It was upside down. It was. Okay. Thank you for that. I thought that I did it right. I don't know. So thank you so much for that. Okay. So, so now, of course, one of the things that I love to do is to always use my great tomato slicer, which if you saw the post that I did on speaking to the Los Prados Women's Club, I gave away 2 tomato slicers at that luncheon, and these women went crazy. When I showed them how easy it was to slice those tomatoes, they literally applauded. Can you imagine? I sliced tomatoes and everybody applauded. It was the cutest thing. Let me find it here. Okay. So you guys can all, do an emoji clapping when you watch this. It was just adorable. They were so sweet. And I will tell you, most of them were widowed women. And one of the biggest questions they had is how to cook for one. And honestly, I didn't even know that I knew that answer. They were used to cooking for families of 3, 5, 3 kids, the 2 of them, that would be 5 people, and they just didn't know what to do. And they asked my advice on that. And here's the funny thing, I didn't even know that I had any advice on that, but I thought about it for a moment, and I remembered that we had done that batch cooking class along with Tanya Murray. And I said to them, look, this is what I think you could do. Cook a dinner for your family of 5 the way that you always do. Cook that for 5 the way that you always remember cooking it, and then invest into a food saver. And when you invest in that food saver, you can literally cut those 5 portions into separate portions, put them each in a food saver bag, and food saver it, seal it, and put it in your freezer. And then you have at least 5 dinners. And if you do that 4 times, you literally have, or 5 times, 5 different dinners, you will literally have 25 nights worth of food. And some of those women go out quite a lot together. So salad spinner, I have gotten, hey Roseanne, salad spinner I get at Williams-Sonoma, and the lettuce twirler, the salad spinner. Yes, Williams-Sonoma, you can buy it online. It's made by OXO, OXO, using this brand. Target has it as well. Yes, a lot of people didn't know about Food Saver, Roseanne, so that's really good. And oh, we did get a lot of new members from Lowe's Products Women's Club. They actually found us, which is so funny because I forgot to mention Facebook and Instagram. Well, I mentioned it, but I didn't give, I just said, find me under Nanny Bubby. So it was really delightful to see that they had found us. So, yes, very nice. Sumac at Whole Foods, the lettuce itself, Whole Foods, organic, of course. And there you go. Don't you love this tomato slicer? I'm telling you, this is the greatest invention. Can you imagine how long we would have had to be on the air today if I had had to slice all of those by hand? So we're coming together. The last thing that we're going to do right now is, well, let me talk to you about these cucumbers. Do you remember these from yesterday? This is the greatest thing ever. These are all the Persian cucumbers that I had left over from yesterday's show. And these were all salted and left to drain overnight. And of course, I did drain it already. There was quite a lot of water in here. And I thought they would be soggy because I put salt on them, but they're not. Can you hear that? I'm pretty sure you can because I got my AirPods on. And tell me if you can hear me crunching because it was a great crunch. They're not salty. In fact, um, uh, what was I going to say? It actually drained the water out, which made them more crunchy. That's what I was going to say, but I was reading Lisa's question at the same time. Freezer bags leaves air in the bag, Lisa, and with the Food Saver, it extracts all the air out. Two things, you have a fresher seal that stays longer, no freezer burn, and also the way that you do it, it lays much, much flatter. So it's compact and you can put more in. So you can do freezer bags if you would like, but I don't think it's as fresh and as healthy as if you use Food Saver. And Food Savers are like $50. And I think that you actually, in the long run, end up saving a lot of money by using it. So that's my answer to freezer bags and Food Saver bags. So, okay. So here is the smoky marinated feta that is so delicious that I made on Monday with all of you. And then yesterday, what I loved is that I used my food processor for the very first time, this extra bowl. I had never, ever used the smaller bowl. I don't know why, but yesterday, because I was doing it for all of you, I felt inspired to use the extra bowl. And so today, I realized that I put it together absolutely correctly because I learned live on the air yesterday. And again, Laura, I got those cucumbers yesterday at Albertsons. And the reason I ran to Albertsons yesterday to get them is that my little pup Biggie, who you met just a little bit earlier, has cancer and his right rear leg has been half amputated, and he's on chemo every other day. And the only way that I can get him to take his chemo is if I put it inside. I know this is going to sound crazy, but it's if I put it inside a White Castle slider. And I realized, like, I was mortified to realize I was out of White Castles yesterday. So I didn't have time to go to two places. That was either go to Whole Foods and get the cucumbers there, and Biggie would, have to go without his chemo until 9 o'clock at night when I could finally make it to Albertsons. Or I could say a prayer before I left for Albertsons and say, Dear God, please let there be Persian cucumbers in the produce section of Albertsons when I go. And it worked because I was able to get the White Castle sliders and the Persian cucumbers for the recipe. So, but I usually find that the best place to get Persian cucumbers is Whole Foods and is Trader Joe's. So there's that. Prayers. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Arlene Weisner. Let's see, Roseanne said that I find that food lasts longer or lives longer in the freezer in a Food Saver bag, right, opposed to the Ziploc. And I've never found freezer burn on a Food Saver bag. But definitely if the freezer bags are in there too long. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to throw in here about a clove and a half of garlic to make this dressing. And we are going to take fresh oregano because a Greek salad is not a Greek salad unless you have fresh, and this happens to be Greek oregano from Nanny Bubby's garden. So we're just going to peel this back and just peel it right off the stem by going in the opposite direction. Oh my gosh, this is so delicious. I mean, it smells so fresh. Let's just put another, let's do one more. And then I'm just going to let this dry and just put it into a little jar. And then when I need not fresh cucumber, but freeze dried, it's not freeze dried, but air dried, dried cucumber, we'll do that. So this is going to have a lot of oregano in it, maybe too much, we'll see. But fresh oregano is not as potent as dried oregano, so I feel, okay about it. And then we are going to take these lemons right here, and we are going to use my Juice Man juicer, which is my second favorite tool to use. Can you imagine? I have fallen in love with these tools. It's the craziest thing. So here we go. Let me make sure it's plugged in, and it is. Okay. Boy, I am getting some space here in this kitchen. Let me make sure that's up. Okay, so here we go. And my favorite thing to do with this, you'll see why. So we're going to juice 2 lemons, because if we have any left over, it's going to be just fine. Because I will use the lemon to put into my honey and hot water and lemon drink every morning. Hey, Teresa, did I say hi to you? And Susan Mandorf is here. Hey, Susan, nice to see you again. It's been a while. There we go. Look at how that just gets that completely cleaned out. Let's do the rest of these, because you can never have too much fresh lemon juice made. So you find a number of things. So I am not going to use vinegar in this recipe, because I think that vinegar is not as Greek as lemon juice. And so I love to make my Greek salad dressing with lemon juice as opposed to vinegar. If I were going to put any vinegar in here at all, I would put about a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in with this. So here we go. Okay, let's see if I can get it. Sometimes if you hit it just right, it goes the opposite direction, but there it goes, the opposite direction. And now it really gets cleaned out. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to move this out of the way, because this is Cynthia Berman's juicer. She turned me on to this, and I want to let you see the coolest thing about this juicer. Watch this. I just love this. Watch. So we put this down here, and we push this down. Do you see that? I don't know why, but this just tickles me to death. I just love that it's like a fountain of lemon juice. I'm just going to tilt it, because sometimes there's just a little extra. There we go. And those 2 lemons made us, let's see, 4 ounces of lemon juice exactly. So we are going to come back. We're going to turn on our food processor. What? There we go. Okay. And we're going to pulse it. We're going to break down the garlic and the oregano. Oh my gosh. Oh, you should smell that. If I could just share all these delicious smells, it's absolutely fantastic. And the name of this juicer is Juice Man. You find it on Amazon, Juice Man. I don't know if it is in Game Changers at all on the Nanny Bubby website. I think it might be, to make it easier for you to find it. I just can't remember if it is or not. Okay, so this is going great. We are going to turn it on, and we are going to add about 2 ounces of lemon juice. Oh, I think I needed to take that out of the feed tube. My God. Okay. There we go. Another little bit. There we go. Okay. And now, boy, the funny things that happen, right? And now the olive oil. which causes it to emulsify, which I love. We're just going to add a little bit. Oh, this looks beautiful. Going to add a little bit of salt and pepper to this. So about a teaspoon of salt, maybe a little more. I'm heavy on the salt, and the pepper. There we go, not too much. And we are going to pulse this one more time, and then I will show you how absolutely gorgeous it is. There we go. Oh my gosh, this dressing is amazing. Okay, so let me grab a teaspoon. So hopefully you can taste it along with me. Can you see that the oil, when you put it in with the food processor on, emulsifies the dressing? And we're just gonna absolutely delicious, absolutely delicious. So let's just go back over what we're gonna do. Number one, even though I have made the marinated cheese with all of you, thank you, Susan, it is yummy. I purchased this is actually left over. Hello, Vladimir, nice to see you. This black pepper feta cheese. And I am just going to sprinkle this into all of the salad as I start assembling it. I'm not going to assemble it right now for all of you because we're not having dinner for another 2 hours. And I don't want it to get soggy, but I can keep it all nice and fresh for my husband and my son. And there's just some things that I don't finish just because out of fairness and respect for them and their love of my cooking. And I don't want to, do something. So anyway, we're going to put in the tomatoes. We're going to put in the peppers. We're going to put in these fabulous cucumbers. I'm going to put in this black pepper feta cheese that there's only a little bit left, but it's enough to crumble and put into all of the salad, and then this amazing marinated smoked feta that we made together on Monday. Oh my gosh, this is so delicious. It's amazing. And I'm going to toss the salad with the dressing, and then I'm going to sprinkle this marinated feta. The flavors. The layered flavors of this are just absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious. So, in closing, and the sumac marinated onions, pickled onions. We are also going, instead of the raw onions in a Greek salad, we're going to use these, and I'll be finishing them off tonight. So that's how I'm going to assemble it. I just want to remind you, if at the last second or if you didn't get a chance to share while we were live, you can always share once we get off the air. And if you do, just type in the chat shared. You can enter to win and do a Zoom with me on Friday and share your very, very favorite cocktail recipe with me. And so I'll pick the winner tomorrow after my interview with Columbia Skincare founder Stephen Rosenfeld. I cannot wait to bring you that interview. And then on Friday, we'll be making cocktails together. So Jennifer Tuttle just got here. Really does look delicious, she says. What brine knife sharpener do you use? Let's talk about knife sharpeners. That is a great discussion. Here is the brand knife sharpener I use. The first Saturday of every month, Williams-Sonoma brings in a professional knife sharpener, and I gather up my knives and take them over to Williams-Sonoma, and he does it for me. That's how I sharpen my knives. That's the only way I know how to use it. If you've got advice on a great knife sharpener so I don't have to gather them up and schlep them, I put them in the trunk so that if, God forbid, somebody hits me from behind, the knife doesn't come flying up and slice my throat. I mean, I go through such a head trip getting the knives to Williams-Sonoma. So if anybody has a great knife sharpener brand, please let me know. I have not found one yet. I haven't been looking either. But anyway, that's it for today. Love you all. On the count of three, one, two, three, go out and spread love like butter. Thank you, everybody, for being here. See you soon. Bye.